Very good morning. Welcome back to the show as we dive into the final frontier. In very, very exciting news this morning, as NASA and NOAA just launched the first of 4 game-changing weather satellites. And $11 billion later, yes, $11 billion, the first of the 4 most advanced weather satellites known to man have been launched into the geostation Earth orbit. And here to tell us a bit more about that is our resident expert, Jono Weltman from the Foundation of Space Development. This is exciting stuff and very costly stuff too.
Absolutely, but critical. This is Earth observation, and this is very important day to day.
So we all know NASA and we all know NOAA. I never thought we would see a marriage of science and the Bible. How did... No, I'm joking. Who is NOAA? What is NOAA?
NOAA is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And they basically run America's equivalent of the SA Weather Service.
Okay.
And they provide real-time information to agencies and to forecasters across the country and actually internationally as well.
And through many years of innovation and invention and $11 billion, the first of 4 of the most advanced weather satellites has now been launched. What exactly are these satellites going to be doing?
Well, since 1975, we've been launching these GOES satellites, but this generation is the first one that's going to give us real-time information. So literally, we'll be able to look inside a hurricane every 30 seconds. And by being able to do that and being able to get real-time data about hurricanes, tornadoes, for the first time we're going to be doing mapping of lightning strikes. We're going to be able to predict much better and give people far more warning for disasters.
Yeah.
It also serves another purpose, and that is we're going to look at solar weather. We're going to be looking at coronal mass ejections from the sun, things that can damage electronics here on Earth, harmful X-rays that are coming through space, through the cosmos, that could present a danger to our astronauts in the space station or going to Mars. So it's a dual purpose, but it's space weather and it's Earth weather as the main functions of this. But it really is a game changer in that the technology where we are today compared to the last 3 that we put up 10 years ago, 2006, it's exponential how the technology has changed.
Give us an example. Now that you say that with these satellites, we'll be able to have a view of a hurricane and the status of it every 30 seconds. That's extraordinary, right? I mean, it means a lot in terms of reaction time for people, saving people's lives, communities, and all those kinds of things. Where are we right now in comparison to that?
Okay, so in 1975, when we first launched the GOES satellites, they had to spin stabilize, which means they spent 10% of their time looking at Earth and 90% looking away. Today, we get about every 10 minutes or so, we can go down and get another picture of a storm if we really need it. But generally, the resolution is higher than that, almost up to 30 minutes. We're talking 30 seconds. And the 2 GOES satellites, when there's an east one and a west one, when they're in place, they can take a snapshot of the whole of the Western Hemisphere every 5 minutes. But when there's a storm or when there's lightning strikes, we can map it every 30 seconds.
My goodness,
and having that much data makes us able to predict much better where a weather pattern will go and when it's going to strike. And the more warning we give people, the more lives we save, the more property we save. It's an essential thing to keep looking at the climate. And what my big concern is that seems to be changing in American political administration at the moment.
Well, we hope that it does change for the better, not for the worse. But by the sounds of it, we'll be able to send like those live action cameras into the middle of storms. We'll get like live feeds from inside a hurricane one day.
Well, actually, there's 20,000 of these little sats that connect with GOES.
Incredible.
That are little sensors that give exactly that. So we're there.
Jono, thank you very much. Always appreciated. And that is the latest from the final frontier. Right now, it's time for us to take a look at the news.